Hey, what's up, guys? What is up? What's up, James? How you doing? Appreciate all you guys. Yeah, this is Mario. So appreciate all you guys coming out here. Ilya Taporia, underrated fighter. Yeah, man. Like with Volkanovski going through what he's going through at the moment, like you can't put it past him to beat Volkanovski, but you can't bet against Volkanovski. So you're welcome, Holden. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming into this stream. Not gonna lie, since you're in this stream, it's be easier to ask the questions. The chat is there might be a small delay, but it's not too crazy. Fury versus Gangana rematch in December. Fury's not going to be ready until probably February, so there's still time, right? Francis might fight in December though. Thoughts on Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou? It was I mean, obviously we were all surprised how close the fight was, but I had Ngannou winning. It's kind of hard to count the rounds, but dude, boxing isn't like the UFC, man. Like it took them like 20 minutes to kind of come out, like to walk out to the ring. Jarvis versus B Dave. I don't watch YouTube boxing. Silver, you're welcome, bro. So glad that you're training better. What do you think of Iron Fist training? Can you explain that? I don't really know what that is. Leon versus Hamza will be scary, bro. That won't happen though because Hamza can't make weight. There's a reason why he's fighting at middleweight. So is Mike Tyson aesthetic? I mean, he naturally kind of has a bulky build, but he's muscular. You can't go wrong with that. Thoughts on Michael Chandler's explosiveness and training style? That fits perfectly with MMA. So it's good because it fits so well with MMA. Dreykus versus Strickland, who wins? I think Dreykus wins that one. The betting odds have it for him as well. So yeah, I would have him winning that one for sure. Mar, how good is a 35-gram? I don't like those questions because everyone's different. And what does it do for you if I tell you that's good or bad? Does Sean Strickland have an aesthetic physique? He has an aesthetic dad physique. Let's say it like that. Thoughts on John Jones, the GOAT? It's interesting that he's injured at the moment, so we'll see what ends up coming from that. But he's the GOAT, and he's got one more fight left in him, so we'll see what comes from that. So, if you guys got fitness and MMA questions, what do you think about Khabib? Has to be the most overrated fighter in the UFC. Not because he's not good. I'm not saying that, but he's just overrated because of how highly people think he is because he's undefeated and padded his record. Thoughts on judo? I mean, it's just it's a martial art. I wouldn't say it's the best martial art for self-defense. I'd rank your almost mainstream martial arts more high, like boxing, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu. What do you think of rugby? It's a physical sport, man. It's pretty tough. So not very popular here in the States, though. Can you make good progress with dumbbells? Of course you can. Thoughts on Krav Maga? I've heard it's very good for self-defense. Obviously, I think a lot of it is not even legal in MMA. So, yes, sir. I'm always going to stay consistent. So, am I watching the Cricket World Cup? Cricket's not popular in the US. So, what's up, Jesus? Do you think Conor McGregor is the best lightweight of all time, even though he only has one win lightweight? Reread your question and then you answer the question. With one win in lightweight, you're asking me if he's the best lightweight of all time. Thus, the new fighter, Shera Magomedov. Scary looking dude, great kickboxing. Wrestling is obviously not quite there, but he's great on bottom. So, you're watching the Olympia tonight? Fuck no. MMA versus all combat sports. Who wins? MMA encompasses all combat sports. Any advice for uni? I don't know. They're not stereotypical, but low key, you don't have to buy textbooks because they just have the stuff on PowerPoints. So I'd say you don't have to buy textbooks. That's my Do I watch American football? Do I like it? Not really. Have you ever watched Australian rules football? No. Do you think that Kamaru Usman will ever make another title run in his career? Probably not. Just think about it. He's 36. He's past his prime. He might have one win left in him, one big win left in him, but overall, probably not. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Mars, is it possible to play football while maintaining a Leon Edwards physique? I'm going to play it next year. Yeah, you can. I mean, if you're maintaining it, because when you say maintain, that means you already have it. Then of course you can. You versus Brock Lesnar, who wins? I would say I'd be a small underdog. So you do upper body plyometrics, or how often you do so? You want to do plyometrics 2 or 3 times per week with 48 hours to recover. Yeah, 2 or 3 times per week. So I don't really do them. I've been getting more into MMA now, but I don't do them. I should though, Would you ever use steroids in your life? No. Maybe TRT if I'm in my 40s or 50s, but steroids, no. Favorite sport, mixed martial art. Then after mixed martial arts, soccer, and then basketball or football. Top 3 lightweights of all time: Oliveira, Makhachev, Khabib. Those are the top 3. Thoughts on Anali Gordon? I don't know who that is, so can't answer that one. Favorite strike? I don't really understand that question. Can you just eat rice to get carbs, or has to be something different every time? You can eat whatever you can eat carbs every time. Recognize that they're not going to have the crazy amount of nutrients you get. That's why there's benefits to eating like fruits and vegetables, but you can. Is GSP one of the greats? For sure. Has to be. I mean, him and Usman are the best welterweights of all time. I'd have to kind of look. That's a conversation of him or Usman, Should Leon go up and take that belt off of Strickland? Okay, low key, on the low, Leon said he wants to do that. So, yeah, Leon should. Hopefully the UFC allows it to happen, but it's hard to justify it, Why do you support West Ham? A lot of little reasons. I like the badge, the colors. I like how they're in London. I like the fan support. So little things like that. Thoughts on KSI Thursday Tommy Fury? I didn't watch it because I was flying to Dubai, but heard it was boring. And they're going to say robbery. You can't say robbery when you're hugging someone for 6 rounds. What is a UFC fighter that you think can be champ but is being underestimated? That's a great question. That one takes a time to think about it. Man, that's a good question. I'm going through all the weight classes here. I'm gonna say Dricus du Plessis. I think I'll put that on there right now. And yeah, I'll say Dricus. I think he's better than most people think. But no one thought he was good until he beat Whitaker. I want to bulk up and build muscle, but also learn Muay Thai. Should I take it step by step, or can I do both at the same time? You can technically do both at the same time, but you have to prioritize one over the other. So, what's a good chest exercise? Bench press. Do you watch One Championship? Whenever it's on, yeah, I'll watch it. Playing on William Lee. He's been out for a while, man, so it's kind of hard to answer that question. I'd want to see a 100-meter race between you and your brother. It's not a bad video idea. I don't know who'd win, but it's tough because one of us kind of accelerates faster, the other one sprints faster. So Sean Strickland would beat Leon. Leon is too good in the clinch. I think he'd give him problems in the clinch. So, and Strickland's not a big middleweight. Leon could match him size-wise, and in the clinch, he could get him. Would have Brock Lesnar been the greatest heavyweight of all time if he started earlier? Cain Velasquez was always a bad matchup for him. So, yeah, I don't think so. Get your friend Leon on the stream. It's midnight in Birmingham. So, why Leon scared to fight only once a year? Dude, Leon's fighting twice this year. People are saying he's inactive. Makhachev fought in February and then fought in October. Leon fought in March and December. They're fighting the same, but yet no one's saying that Islam's not active. You can't have these double standards. Is there any chance that Covington will beat Edwards? Leon will beat him. Leon will beat him, and I predicted he'll finish him in the second round. Talking to Leon, he's so confident he's got him. Leon learned martial arts as a whole. He didn't learn it individually. Like, he didn't come from kickboxing or wrestling. He learned it all as one, and that's why he's so confident against Colby. How do you balance kickboxing and weightlifting? How many times do you kickbox? In my prime, I kickbox maybe twice a week and lift 6. Right now, I'm doing 3-3, but that's because fitness is almost in the past now for me, and I'm prioritizing more of MMA and kickboxing. So that's why. But I'd say 6-2 kind of worked for me. Funniest UFC fighter. Strickland, Colby are up there. Leon's funny in real life, so I'll do those two. Did anyone ever even have a serious chance to beat John Jones? People say I would. You could say Cormier, but in hindsight, no. If you look in hindsight, skincare routine, Keish Hanley, man. Do you think that Mighty Mouse, aka Demetri Johnson, has an aesthetic physique? Yeah, he does, but he's just small. But he does. He maximizes what he could for his physique, which is awesome. Who would win, Islam or Leon? Leon beats him. I literally asked Leon about the Islam fight. Leon wants that fight. It's a good fight for him. Islam's main advantage is being the bigger guy. And, when he fights Leon, I think he'll struggle a little bit with the size and someone who can match him in the clinch. Someone can match him with the striking. So I'd say Leon beats him. No one's been able to kick Makhachev's legs like Leon could. So are you going to change up your shorts because the views have gone down? My views are coming back up. And in general, if you look at everyone in fitness, the views are down because of Sam Suggs kind of stealing them from everybody. Plus, it's like bulking season. So if you look at my views lately, they've been just coming up. So this is Mario, by the way. So do you not like Colby? No more Mario. It's fight time, man. So I am not for Colby at the moment because it's fight time. It's time to fight. And, my boy's Leon. So at the moment, no, because it's fight mode, man. Can't really do bench press. Another good chest exercise other than the cable fly. But you got to be, yeah, you're welcome. You got to think of the chest function. You're either doing this or this. So it's the chest fly. So I would try and get that fixed to where you can bench press. You can bench press on the floor. Who wins, Christopher Bumstead or Alan Newbell Jr.? Who's Alan Newbell Jr.? Is that kid that looks like him? Thoughts on cable ladder race? Excellent exercise. Definitely should use it. Do you think you could get a good physique just MMA, kickboxing, and jiu-jitsu, or do you need weightlifting, bro? You can't build muscle that other way because that's not your goal when you're doing that. You're trying to learn a skill. What's your best guess on your body fat right now? Like 12%, I'd say. Yeah, like 12. But so many people underestimate what their body fat is. So who do you think is the GOAT in MMA? It's got to be John. There's no question. Thoughts on Khabib leaks? I don't know what leaks. Your One Piece question? I don't know what that is. That's why I didn't analyze it. If you're in the UFC, what weight class would you fight? I would fight at 145. I weigh about 170, but I stay pretty lean year round. I could kill myself, maybe make 135, but I think I'm too big for 135. So I'd fight 145. And I'm like 170 right now. Top 5 fighters of all time. Top 5, got to be John 1, GSP 2, Anderson Silva 3, Mighty Mouse 4. Usman could be in that conversation. The fifth guy, I think there's a solid top 4. And then the fifth guy is kind of up there. But, you could put someone like Volkanovski 5. But especially if he had gotten the double champ status. Who wins, Leon or Brock? Leon. How to increase explosiveness? Plyometrics. Kind of that simple. Can you do more YouTube polls? Yeah, I could. I didn't know if that was something that people like. Who's the biggest yapper in the fitness industry? I don't really watch fitness YouTube that much. That's why I made an MMA channel. If you look at my Instagram feed, most of it is MMA focused. Like I look at fitness now more as because it's my job and I'm educated in it. So that's why I look at it. But I'm more into that now. What should I do for athletic bodybuilding, weightlifting if I started my wrestling season for school? Probably full body, 3 days a week. It depends if you're in season or off season. If you're off season, you just do your normal athletic bodybuilding. Will El Kukui ever win again? I don't think so, man. Any upcoming callers? I'm assuming you mean collabs. If there is an upcoming collab would be in December in Vegas, so you guys kind of know what's up. Saw that more people dropped out of Olympia because of health problems. Just crazy that people are blind and think these bodybuilders are healthy. People associate muscle with healthy and aren't educated on it to a point where they think that it's healthy. But if you ask them if it's healthy, they'll say no, but in their mind they'll say yeah. It's weird. Mario, what should we do if we start a school sport like wrestling and we're cutting to keep an aesthetic physique? You gotta pick your focus. If you're focusing on wrestling, then sure your physique might come down a bit, but I mean that's okay because you're focusing on wrestling. It depends what your focus is. How to train for beginner with a couple weak body parts, body, wrist, and low back. You gotta rest, and I have a beginner program as well. So do you watch Muay Thai kickboxing fights? No, there's not. I mean, they don't show them much here in the States. So what do you think about novice programs like 5x5 and starting strength? 5x5 is not a beginner program, if you mean by so. That's not good for beginners. Beginners don't have the neuromuscular the neuromuscular adaptations, the coordination to be doing 5x5. Will you be there at UFC 296? Yeah. So if people want to meet me, you'll know I'll be in Vegas for 296. So, yep, I'll be there. Thoughts on No Nut November? Is it going to change your life? No. Changing your life is actually doing stuff. So, what should I do for bedroom cardio? I plan on releasing a bedroom cardio routine soon. So, last question. I go 5 days a week, do back and biceps twice, and shoulder and chest twice, 1 day leg and tricep. Is that okay? Yeah, but try and get some leg work there too. Legs are super important. So, favorite YouTubers, kind of myself because MMA Guru I like too. So yeah, I'd say them. Do you think that John Jones will have his last match? I mean, yeah, it's supposed to be next year. What's your current weight? A little under 170. I was at 180 like a while back. So how can I combine in my workout plan weightlifting with calisthenics and plyometrics? I don't understand why people associate weightlifting and calisthenics as separate things. They're the same thing. There's no reason you don't do it together. You think Izzy will take the title eventually? No, I think he's done. How would you would you ever do a full prediction for a card? Yeah, at the moment we're doing more just like big fights and then that's it. So would you ever do, my bad, wrong question, I just did that. Do striking versus wrestling versus, do you train your neck? No. I mean, I don't have a nerd, like a pencil neck anymore. It just kind of came up with lifting. Ab check, probably not. Lighting's not great. So can you make a video on Dagestani grip strength? Grip strength is training grip strength. Do you think UFC should add Muay Thai or kickboxing fights in these cards? Jordan, that'd be a good idea. The UFC is an MMA organization, so no. Best exercise for wrestling? I mean, sports are sports. A lot of people go, what's the best exercise for wrestling or basketball or baseball? They're sports, which means compound lifts. Most unathletic, most juiced up, most brickhead, deepest bodybuilder of all time. Probably has to be Max Ucita, I think. Can I do a push-pull leg as a beginner 6 times a week? Not ideal. You should be doing a beginner workout plan, which my brother and I have. My brother has a specific video on beginner workout plan. You should definitely go check that out. So Martin Rios. I personally think that Tom Sergey is a better matchup than John Stipe. In a way, you kind of have like hype versus a good fight. It's a better fight, but I find that the hype is what makes the fight more. So technically yes, but technically no. How does an MMA fighter resist getting hit in their head? They block it or they move out the way. Yuri versus Alex, we have a prediction video. So definitely check that out. You like squats? Yeah, I do. Can I do sit-ups and crunches for my ab workout? Yeah, you can. I mean, for now, I do weightlifting and body workouts, but I don't know how to you put it in before. But that's something I kind of help out with people in my community if you want to come to my academy. But you put it before 2 to 3 times, before you lift 2 to 3 times per week. Would you ever go pro in kickboxing or MMA? I wouldn't go pro. I would fight in a YouTube setting, so like a Misfits kind of setting. Preferably kickboxing, maybe MMA. So, who's the most intelligent, most athletic non-Rios Leon person of all time, non-UFC? That's a Kawhi Leonard, I'd say. Should John still be pound for pound number one? I think so. He's done too much in the sport. He hasn't lost. And if John Jones is in the UFC and hasn't lost yet, he should be number one. Not someone being active shouldn't go that. Why don't you promote this MMA channel on your main channel? I have in community posts, but I'm gonna promote it soon. But it's been more like community posts. But in a video, I'll promote it as well. But yeah, I promoted it a couple of times just by community tab. But other than that, yeah, I haven't really promoted it all that much. Can I get a good physique from just kickboxing? No, you gotta lift, bro. How did Leon become your best friend? I made a video. It was like the training video. It just ended up happening, you know. I promoted him well. The meme kind of blew up. Now he's kind of more mainstream than he's ever been before. That is why Leon and I became best friends. Most stacked UFC card and most stacked UFC weight class currently. The most stacked card would have been 295 until Jones' steep got hurt. So 296 is the most stacked coming up. And yeah, UFC 296 is just crazy. So most stacked weight class is always lightweight typically. Bantamweight's pretty stacked as well. I would even say 170 is coming up. So when's the next merch drop? I have some merch, but I plan on making a clothing brand, but it's not in the top of my priority list at the moment. But I want to make the clothing brand for fighters and athletes and people who want to look good, things like that. So Prime McGregor or Taporia, McGregor. Prime McGregor for sure. Hey, this is a compliment, but how do you lift the numbers you do? I'm 17 and 225. I mean, it's just time, you know? I've been lifting for a long time, so that's why my numbers were good. It just takes time. How do I get powerful kicks like Leon Edwards? You have to focus on technique and rotational power and like rotational plyometrics. When's your next video coming and what is it? I have two coming in, one about the push-pull leg split, and then I have a leg workout coming out. So I got those two. What is your favorite UFC weight class? You don't really have one, man. You can just have fighters that you like. What should I incorporate in my life besides working out and fighting? Some business work, right? Some way you can make money, some way you can escape the matrix, you know, those kind of things. I don't know who Mr. Padilla is. So how do you think Leon versus Islam will go? I think Leon would beat him by decision. I think Islam's kind of hard to knock out. Leon doesn't have the crazy power, but, you know, should the 12-6 clock elbow be legal in UFC? It should, because elbows are elbows, you know. Yeah, I'd say it should be legal. They got afraid by some like YouTube video of someone doing a 12-6 and breaking boards, but you can break the boards in any kind of position. I'm not in Hustlers University. What went through your head when you made the sunglasses your trademark? Nothing. I just did it. Like I went outside and then like if I was recording, I would have been like this. So because the sun is out, so it made sense for me to just put the sunglasses on. I had them. I was like, all right, I'll put them on, and it just became a thing. It was weird. Never planned for it to be that way. Who do you predict will be the welterweight champion after Leon? I don't know, because Leon is in his prime. I think he can defend the title for the foreseeable future. So I just believe in his skills so much, and I don't really know. You know, you got like a lot in welterweight. You got a lot of contenders coming up, so we'll see in like a couple of years who's next. The guy, yeah, I just think, you know, I just believe in Leon that much. Think you should do a video meals on bulking or cutting, maybe like a day in the life, you know? Yeah, I could, but I haven't been cooking as much recently. It's more been like fast food, which kind of sucks, but you know, it's just how it is. And I'm bulking right now at the moment. How some people seem to have ever a good physique while eating garbage and naturally have a six pack, and others just, yeah, it just comes down to metabolism and genetics. It sucks, but it's just that simple. Is deadlift, squat, Bulgarian split squat good? I mean, those are good, but I'm a little confused by the question. Duplessis power shots are insane. I just think he's just got a lot of power in general, a lot of explosiveness. What are your future goals with YouTube? definitely hit 10 million, help me build gyms in my area, launch a merch line for athletes, for fighters, for people who want to actually look like an athlete, and then kind of go from there. I do like the connections I've made through YouTube, and we'll keep going from there. Who's the most overrated fighter? Has to be Khabib. Who you got, Pereira versus Yuri? I made a video on it, so definitely check that out. What my current weight is? My current weight is about 168. What is your favorite row variation? Just your functional row, right? Serious question. How do you do? Some people just naturally have the ability to do pull-ups at a young age. When I've been training since 5, but can barely. Again, if you're getting bullied for it, man, you got to figure out how to do pull-ups. I have some shorts on it, and that's what you have to focus on. How do you deal with muscle imbalance? You try to fix it, but more than anything, you have to realize that everybody has them. So once you do that, I feel like if you let it mentally bug you, it's weird because like everybody has them, right? Do you think that the first fighters to fight in the UFC would get smashed by current UFC fighters? Yeah, because it's just the sport is still growing. No one knew that leg kicks were that damaging back then, Dream fight in the UFC. Also, what fighter would you like to fight in the UFC octagon? I'm not really familiar with like potential prospects, but dream fight in the UFC has to be Jones versus Ngannou for sure. Mark, do you prefer low or high reps on deadlifts? You have to do both, man. You have to have variety. Top 3 fighters of all time: Jones, GSP, and Silva. What do you think about Shavkat physique and as a fighter? I mean, he's a good fighter, is very strong, so that's what matters. It's not what you look like, it's how you perform. But in terms of aesthetics, he's very narrow. Thoughts on Edson Barboza kicks? Obviously, has to be some of the top kicks ever. Are you trying to be a professional fighter? No, I just learn how to fight, and I learn MMA. I learn how to kickbox and box just because I like what it does for me mentally and like the self-improvement benefits of it. But I wouldn't become like a pro. All right, I'm winding down now. I just wanted to make like a quick 30-minute stream. So it's about 28 minutes in, so we got like 2 minutes left. Barboza's physique kind of looks a little blocky to me, but he does have a good physique. What do you think the best base is to have in MMA? It's proven it's wrestling. Does it count if your abs if you have to flex to see them? That's up to you, man. Like it doesn't matter what I say on that one, And most people don't have abs when they don't flex, bro. Kind of consider that. Is DJ not your top 3? He's 4. How do you grow your facial hair? You let it grow, and then for some reason I started, pursuing things that mattered, and all of a sudden it started growing. Prediction on Covington Edwards. I think Edwards gets the KO in the second round. How do you get a good back without flexing? You have to build muscle. General question: have you or do you have a dream containing the outward? No. Thoughts on Yoel Romero physique impressive, especially in the late 40s? Yeah, but that's not achievable naturally. He got caught for PEDs, but he proved that it was actually not on purpose. But still, he's no longer a natural, whether he likes it or not. How to deal with acne? I dealt with it a lot. I see a dermatologist for sure. I'm from Guatemala too, man. Oh, nice. I'm from Guatemala. That's cool. Yeah, I did them at night, just yap. So your upcoming merch logo should definitely be an Edwards headshot dead kick. I have a logo in mind for it. It is not that one. So Almeida wins tomorrow. Do you think there are any big threats for Leon at welterweight? Probably Shavkat. And, if he beat Usman was his worst matchup. And now that he has beat Usman, I feel like he has a lot of potential to keep going. All right, I'll answer these last couple of questions. Best functional leg exercises. All of them are functional as long as you're not using machines. Are y'all going to upload consistently to this channel? For sure. Is college worth it? Depending on what you want, what your goals are. If you don't need a degree, don't get one. But if you need a degree, get one. Ian Gary is a punk. He left Team Renegade. Team Renegade didn't want him there. Now he's talking shit about Team Renegade. I don't like Ian Gary. So, yeah. Make a video how to elbow. My brother knows a good way to elbow. So, how will he end it? I think it'll be rear naked choke. I think it'll be ground and pound. How do you get better at tricep dips? The same way you get better at pull-ups. So, I like The Office and Friends. All right. Last couple questions, guys. What martial arts do you do? Kickboxing. I'm Mario, by the way. With the deadlift question, I meant, are they good exercises for legs or do I need to change? They're good for legs and back, but I put them on back. You'll see in my video on my channel, Mario Rios, that why I put deadlift on back day and how to kind of integrate it in your workouts. How to escape the rear naked choke. You fight the hands, get it up, and then turn. Worst muscle group to train, like hard, unattractive, calves. You know, no one cares about your calves. How do you raise girls in the gym? Gym's a hard place in reality, but you just tell them they're attractive, because if you don't say that, then they don't know what you're there for, and it ends up being weird. So I think it was a robbery, and that's as simple as that. All right. Anyways, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, looking forward to you guys seeing my videos and stuff. I got a lot planned, and appreciate your support on this channel, on my channel, on my brother Martin's channel. See you guys soon. Thank you guys for joining a lot. Really appreciate it.